The Lynette Brown Show. This be the Lynette Brown Show.
She's always ready and on time.
The Lynette Brown Show.
When you got something that's on your mind.
The Lynette Brown Show.
Whatever you got going on, she knows the deal.
The Lynette Brown Show.
Where we always keep it real.
Good morning and welcome to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. Woo! I am the fiery diva, keeping the airwaves hot on your favorite station. Thank you guys for tuning in with me once again. Got a nice show lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to just be talking about dreams. Okay, if you've got dreams out there, ladies and gentlemen, this is the show for you. Okay, and then we've got my boy Corey Walker that decided to come back with us today, and we do appreciate it. But we can't do anything until we take this quick commercial break. We'll be back right this time.
Folks, welcome to Eddie Pruitt Ford right here at Hartselle, Alabama, where everybody in the Tennessee Valley knows that we're your low price leader with great service. But don't you worry a little bit when that warranty runs out and those high repair bills start to roll in. How much that's going to cost you? Well, at Eddie Pruitt Ford, we've got that covered. You're going to have the peace of mind of knowing that every vehicle on the lot, new or used, is going to come with a free lifetime powertrain warranty. That's engine, transmission, drive axle, free and exclusive only.
This portion of the show is brought to you in part by Melonhead Fabrications. We specialize in all of your welding and fabrication needs. We build race cars, we build grills, anything dealing with metal, we can build it for you. Give us a call, 256-585-1756. Again, that number is 256-585-1756. That's Melonhead Fabrications, located at 2908 Pike Avenue, Huntsville, Alabama, right off of Sparkman Drive. Give Derek Jamar a call, 256-585-1756 or 256-682-4512. Melonhead Fabrications, where we're making all of your dreams come true.
From the islands, missing home, craving that great authentic Caribbean cuisine? Don't worry, just stop by Curry in a Hurry, located at 2420 Jordan Lane, Huntsville, Alabama, or just call 256-722-0240. Again, that number is 256-722-0240.
I've been eating at Curry in a Hurry for like a year now. They have the best jerk chicken, and I feel like they're the best priced in Huntsville.
I love Curry in a Hurry. I've been eating here about 2 years now. I love their oxtails. I love the Caribbean atmosphere. So I encourage everyone to come out and try it.
We're here at Curry in a Hurry, and we were invited here by some of our friends from church. And we are really looking forward to some really good Caribbean food. We attend Madison Mission Church, Pastor Greg Nelson.
Yep, I'm very excited about being here. This is the closest thing that we have to home from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. So I heard that the oxtail is really, really good, so I'm looking forward to it.
What's going on, Huntsville? This is Goldie, also known as Kevin. I'm actually down here supporting our local black businesses. I'm actually at Curry in a Hurry right now, about to get me something to eat. You all need to come down here, support your people. They're actually trying to do something positive. I'm actually about to give me some oxtails and some curry chicken. Y'all need to come down here and get some too. Signing out.
Welcome back to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. I am the fiery diva, keeping the airwaves hot on your favorite station. Thank you guys for tuning in with me once again. You've got so many options, but you decided to come back with the diva, and I do appreciate it. Mr. Corey, thank you so much for coming up and being a part of the LBS once again. We've got so much to talk about. You don't know, guys. I mean, behind the camera, behind the scenes, we talked about so much, and I was like, Corey, hold on a second. We got to get this on camera. Okay, Corey, let's talk a little bit about, of course, you and I, we have a lot in common. We're both entrepreneurs trying to do something. But let's just talk about, the haterade. Let's just put it out there. The haterade that's being poured on you and what to expect. Can you share some of your stories with us?
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me back.
Yes, you're more than welcome.
But like you said, we've been having some great conversations. And, one thing that we talked about briefly is that mindset, which is what separates, the entrepreneurs from, people that want to work a job for a good 25, 30 years, think they're going to retire and everything's going to be peaceful. But really, we started talking about those dreams, and we started talking about you know, being careful who you share your dreams with. Because certain people, even though they may not even intend to, you have your people that really just want to protect you. Girl, don't do that. You don't need to do that. You know, I don't want you to get hurt. You know, you need to go ahead and get that job and keep doing hair. Those are usually the people that like you. Then you have the people that don't like you. And they're just going to hate because they don't want to see you, and they could be a friend sometimes. They don't want to see you changing and leaving them. Or they really just don't want to see you do anything.
Anything.
At all.
Wow.
And then, you know, we talked about, you know, the best way to not be talked about is just to do nothing.
Do nothing.
Just wake up and don't do anything at all.
You know
Nobody
what?
talk about it. When you're coming from an aspect of, you know, I want to do well, I want to help other people do well.
Yeah.
And they come from an aspect of, I don't want to do anything with my life. And you know what? I get jealous when I see somebody else doing something. You know,
right.
and if you really, even if you check some of your personal conversations when you're talking to people, you know, you hear things like, I don't know why they do that. I would have did better if I had a, if I could have, I would have did that. You know what? If you would have, you would have.
You would have.
But you didn't.
You didn't.
So let that person do what they're doing.
Okay, and
you
leave
know?
them alone.
And leave them alone.
You know, Corey, I'm telling you, when people say, okay, oh, they're just haters, they're haters. A lot of people don't know the degree of haters. You know, some people just use the word just, you know, very freely, but they don't really know when haters are sitting and wishing for your downfall. You have people crying on TV every day. There are no jobs. There are no jobs. There are no jobs. You know, you and I, we were talking a little bit on, you know, what actually got me where I am right now. And everybody knows, I mean, I used to be a hairdresser. Okay, that's what I did. I had my own beauty shop for 3 years. That's what I did, Corey. And, you know, we were talking about, I said, you know, the nail in the coffin is when, and I'll put it out there, PepsiCo. PepsiCo indicator, love you guys, because they gave me the first check to the Lynette Brown show. Alabama A&M came in second. But anyway, you know, I just asked for, you know, what I thought was okay. I wasn't sure how much to ask for. Very inexperienced. And they wrote me a check for $250. Corey, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but it was. Hairdressers know. Do you know how many hairs you got to do to get $250?
And also, you said that was how long ago?
Man, it's been 14 years ago.
14 years ago, when they cut you a check.
Yeah.
That did nothing but bolster your belief. So to every entrepreneur out there, when you get that first check, I don't care if it's $25 or $250, just understand that all that is proof positive. That if you can do 25, you can do 250. If you can do 250, you can do 2,500. One of my first checks from a business, even though I was working a job at the time, was only like $22, $23 maybe.
Okay.
But that was proof positive to me.
That was, yeah.
And I started showing people, and they laughed at my first little check.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden the check was $200. Then it was $300. Then it was $4,000 or $5,000, $1,000. And I'm sitting back going, and I did this while I was working a job in my side business.
Right. Okay.
If you can make $1, you can make 10.
That's right.
Don't let anybody laugh at you because it's not a $30,000 check or million. Like you said, hey, there's only one Oprah. There's not going to be too many of them.
Exactly.
You know. But if you can make $10,000, $15,000 from your business, which is solely based on what you do, and I think that's something that we haven't really talked about. You know, one thing about being an entrepreneur, and I'm not going to get into the businesses and all that kind of stuff, but the deal is now your income depends on you. Nobody can fire you. Nobody can say that you're only worth $15 an hour. Nobody can say that you're not worth this raise. We're not going to give you the little 50-cent rate. Nobody can do that.
Right.
Because now you're solely in control of your income. And I think that's the biggest attraction for people like us.
Exactly.
Or one of the biggest attractions.
Right, right. The thing about being an entrepreneur, I don't care if you got to go cross country. You're going to go where the money is.
You got to go where the money is.
You got to go. You know, people like Lynette, you're all over the place, girl. Yes, I am.
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm out there. Yes, I have to. And it's a lot of things that I've obtained, you know, just being an entrepreneur and running my mouth, Corey.
Right.
And that's what you have to do. Because here's another thing, too. When you have a product, you better be able to sell it. Don't depend on anybody else to sell your product.
Right.
Nobody's going to sell it like you.
But see, that's a for somebody that works a job, that's a hard word to swallow. Sell. Well, I don't like to sell.
Okay.
Well, here's the deal. You went on that interview, right? What did you sell?
Yeah, yourself.
Well, I'm a good employee, sir, and I show up on time and I have experience. But talk to one of them about, look, I got a business. This is what I got. We can get together. We can do this. It's going to take a little investment. Well, I don't, I'm just trying to where I want to be comfortable, and, I got a stable thing going, and that's fine.
Okay.
But that goes back to the mindset that when you said grind, when you know that check is coming pretty much no matter what you do,
woo.
I'm not going to say it makes you complacent, but it keeps you where you are.
That's right.
I was talking to my partner that's a lawyer in Miami, and we were having this discussion because I'm thinking about making some changes. And he just said, well, Corey, at some point, you got to get out there in the jungle.
Okay, yes.
And out here, if you don't go kill it, you're not going to eat.
You either eat or get ate.
Exactly. And I know it sounds a little hardcore when you put it that way, but
It's the truth.
understand this. If you've been going to school for 12 years through high school, another 4 years in college, you got your master's, chances are, just understand that you've been trained pretty much to keep a job.
That's it.
When you try to shift and all of a sudden strike out on your own, it's you people say there was night and day.
Yes.
The mindset that it takes, and this is what we really miss. The mindset that it takes is actually 180 degrees different from what they teach you when you're going to school to get a good job. I'm not talking about it's a little different. I'm talking about it's the exact opposite. How do they teach you to take a test? By yourself, right?
By yourself.
You team up with anybody, you cheat. First rule in business, it's not what you know, it's what your team knows.
Hold on, Corey, we got to go into a break. Boy, this is getting really, really good. Ladies and gentlemen, those who have just tuned in, you're tuning into the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show in the South. We are talking about dream building today, okay? So don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after these messages.
We're all gathered here in your presence, Lord, with our arms open wide, with lifted.
Funeral services for Miss Karen Tina Thompson of Hartselle, Alabama was held Tuesday at Kingdom Hall Jehovah Witness in Hartselle, Alabama, with Elder Tex Gray officiating. Miss Thompson, better known as Tina Chapman, was born on August 25, 1966 in Morgan County, Alabama, to the late Carl V. Chapman and Brenda Ann Lampkin Chapman Orr. She departed this life July 2, 2014 at Decatur Morgan Hospital. She was the youngest of 4 siblings and beautiful, loving, and caring and considerate of individuals who loved and cherished her and knew her. She was a graduate of Hartselle High School. Her domestic skills were exceptional, and she was an excellent cook and a devoted mother. Mr. Jonathan Edward Fuqua was born October the 11th, 1979 in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, to Louis Fuqua Jr. and Willie Ann Daly Fuqua. He entered into internal rest July the 7th, 2014, at the age of 34, at his residence in Madison County. Jonathan confessed hope in Christ at an early age and joined Buffalo Road Seventh-day Adventist Church in Lawrence, Tennessee. He was preceded in death by living mother Willie Ann Fuqua and grandmothers Willie Louise Fuqua and Pearline Williams. Reynolds Funeral Home announces with deepest sympathy the passing of Mr. Cleveland Owens, 69, of Hillsborough, Alabama. Mr. Owens died July 4th at his residence. Funeral services was held Friday at Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church in Hillsborough, with the Reverend James Allen officiating.
The show is brought to you in parts by Sheer Essence Multicultural Beauty Salon, specializing in hair care for today's professional woman. Give Robert Moore a call at 256-536-3681. Again, that number is 256-536-3681, or stop by 1020 Jordan Lane, Huntsville, Alabama. For the professional woman in you, allow Robert Moore to help you accentuate your beauty.
Welcome back to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. I am the Fiery Diva, keeping their waves hot on your favorite station. Want to remind you of the Soup Kitchen tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We will be in Searchy Homes. Okay, that is in Huntsville, Alabama. That's where we will be tomorrow with the Soup Kitchen, and it's going to be from 12 until 3. So if you have elderly children or people, anybody that's disabled, hey, send them over and give them a plate, okay? And don't forget about LBS Gospel in the morning at 6 o'clock, okay? Same place, same time. Okay, Corey, we were talking about fear. A lot of people are afraid, number one, of what people are going to say, you know, or just afraid, period. And it's that mindset that we talked about. As far as we go to school for 12 years, we go, you know, for 4 years, and then here we are, you know, we get a job, and we're going to retire. Talk to us a little bit about that, Corey.
So we were just sharing how, you know, your beliefs is what shapes pretty much who you are. A lot of them we get from whoever we grew up around.
That's right.
My partner always used to give an example, you know, our beliefs basically shape our actions. You know, I sat my butt down in this chair because I believed it was going to hold me up. Now, if I didn't believe that, I would have checked the legs. I would, you know, I said, let me see. But the deal is this: when you have your belief, whatever it may be, your belief may be that, you know, I need to go out and get a good job. That's what you're going to do, no matter pretty much whatever happens to you. If you get laid off, you don't find a job right out of school, or whatever the case may be. But when your belief is something different than what everybody else is doing. I mean, I've even heard, you know, you went to school for 4 years and now you want to do that?
Yeah, that was...
You know? But
that was me, Corey.
But again, it goes back to what your core beliefs are. And then what you have to do is find a way to support those beliefs. That's right. If you don't have any other entrepreneurs around you, one of the best ways to do it is to read.
There it is.
You know, if you don't have anybody else that's doing what you're doing, you know, like I brought you a book today.
Okay.
Read the Robert Kiyosaki's, read the Zig Ziglar's, read the, you know, in whatever business that you're interested in, you know, read the Steve Jobs, read the, I mean, these guys' stories, everybody can you believe that somebody actually told these guys that started Apple that they were wrong, that they were idiots, that they were...
Right.
Somebody told, I'm sure many people told Oprah she wasn't going to succeed.
Exactly.
Look at how you look. And don't nobody look like that on the news.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that, you know.
You're right.
Surround yourself. If you don't have the people, read. Read nonstop. Another part of mine used to always say, you need to have a daily, how do you put it, a daily program for your personal growth.
Yes. Yes.
A daily program. What are you doing that's feeding yourself if when you go home, your spouse, your siblings, your mom and dad, they're not doing what you're doing? Right. Support that dream. It's tons of it out there.
Whew.
Tons of it out there.
Gracious. Corey, I mean, you have been so on point on so many levels. Ladies and gentlemen, we have definitely had a conversation here today. And let's go back a little bit here, Corey, because a lot of people they don't realize, they go around, they share their dreams with other people, and they expect other people to be happy for them.
Right.
Good luck with that. Okay?
You're going to learn to protect your dreams.
You better.
And only share with certain people.
Okay?
All you need is one idea to work. I'm willing to fail for the next 25 years if I can get one to work. Because that one, you know, these days companies are bought and sold. It seems like every day for $1 billion.
Every day.
We just watched Dr. Dre.
Okay.
I mean, and this is a guy I grew up. You know me. You know I love my hip hop.
You and I both.
But to watch somebody like that and the Russell Simmons and the LL Cool J transition to a point where $1 billion deal.
Billion. Okay. So, I mean, that's one thing you need to be prepared for, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is not going to be happy for you, and everybody is not going to embrace what you're doing. They're just not going to do it. And I remember when I first started, you know, I'd be like, yeah, I got my own TV show, and you can watch my show on such and such and such and such. Excited. I learned that people were not, oh, she just gets on my nerves. She just bragging. You know what I mean? Right. So when people ask me, Lynette, what do you do? And I tell them the truth. I'm an account executive. Would you like to buy some advertisement, or do you know anybody who needs some advertisement? here's my card. You know, yes, I do television, but the core of this job, Corey, it goes back to sales,
Selling
dear.
advertising, yes, ma'am.
You have to sell, and you have to be prepared. And don't, you know, nobody knows your product like you do. No one can sell your product like you
Right.
do. And that's what I tell people. I mean, you'd be surprised at what you can get by just running your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Corey? Need I say more?
Right.
You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? You know what I mean? You can, if you just run your mouth and sell, you know, you have to sell that business.
Well,
you just have to.
Lynette, first, you have a strong belief, and that's something that, you know, you pick up on right away. It permeates through the camera out to your audience. But that belief is what people feel when you talk to them about what you're doing.
Right.
And then they have no problem cutting a check, because they know that, oh, that she's serious.
Yeah.
she's not going to do this today and be gone tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
She's here, and this is what she does. And again, it goes back to that belief. People can feel that when you talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So if I had to say anything else, it's strengthen your belief, work on it. Your belief is based in your dream.
That's right.
Guard it. Share it with only like-minded people.
Please.
You know, but foster it like any plant or anything else. Nurture it. Only feed positivity into it. Get around other people that are doing similar things. And it doesn't matter to me. I like to be involved in this level.
Yes.
I like to see it start.
Yes.
Because everybody comes from somewhere. Nobody had it. Oprah didn't have it huge when she started. Everybody started from somewhere. Dre was making beats with the world-class wrecking crew.
Okay, there it is.
Check your facts.
Then he went to the NWA.
Then he went to NWA.
Okay.
And the rest is history. But we all start somewhere.
And then too, I want to just I want to interject this real quickly. You need to surround your people. You need to surround yourself with people that are smarter than you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's what I do. I always surround myself. If you're the smartest one in the bunch, that's a big problem.
It is.
There's something wrong there.
It is.
Yeah, you have to surround yourself with people just a little bit smarter.
But any good Fortune 500 CEO, that's what the strength is. You know, you can't know everything.
No.
But if you get the right people together, you know, and unfortunately, you know, Lynette, and we've talked about this, sometimes this is where we as a people fall short, because it seems like it's so hard to find good people to work around, or even to find. I was talking to a friend of mine. You know, I said every young black man should have an older black man in their life that they can learn from.
My father said the same thing, and that was wisdom. Really.
It's wisdom, having somebody smarter than you around you for the simple things. And then in business, it's the same thing. Who are you surrounding yourself with?
And that's what we do, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you what, it's about time to wrap this up. Not quite yet, though. Time is just about up. We're going to take this quick commercial break, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Corey brought me a gift, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? I'm telling you, Diva got a gift today, and I'm excited. So we'll be back right after these messages.
Hi, welcome to Bad News Barbecue. You need to come down here. The ribs are succulent and tasty and juicy. The pork is off the chain. The turkey is spicy. You will love it. We'll see you soon.
I'm Priscilla Kelly, and I'm the manager here at Bad News Barbecue. Not only do we have great food, but we also help different organizations with their fundraising events. We also do catering for different family reunions and also business organizations. So please come on out and let us help you with your church, your school, or local nonprofit organization. And we'll also cater your family
What do we have going on here?
I just got through cutting up some ribs that I prepared for my customers. I marinated them overnight and smoked them for about 4.5 to 5 hours.
Well, Chris, now you do fundraisers as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. We have a little program that we use that will guarantee to help whatever your organization is to earn money for you, and we also make money doing so. And it's a cost share program, but it don't cost the organization anything to do.
Okay, you work with churches, schools?
Yes, ma'am. We've done a couple of churches, and we have done a couple of events for some schools, and we're going to reach out to more people because it's a very simple program, and it can help you earn money.
Okay, and tell us where you can be reached.
I can be reached by 256-653-6893, and I'm located off of Oakwood Avenue on Gray Street. 1217 is the address.
It really doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at Bad News Barbecue, where actually the sauce is not needed. They're cooked to perfection. Enjoy them a lot. You should come down and see them at 1217 Gray Street off of Oakwood Avenue.
Welcome back to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. I am the Fiery Diva, keeping the airwaves hot on your favorite station. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you thought of the show today. 256-566-5854. Want to encourage everybody to keep tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep it coming just like this. Boy, it's time for us to close this out, man.
Yes.
What you got?
Well, I brought you a gift. We had our conversation. My cousin called me one day and said, Corey, you got to read this book. This is back in maybe 99, 2000. He said, you got to read this book. You got to read this book. I had graduated. I didn't want to go get my master's. I knew that. Something was just speaking to me saying, that's not the right thing. I had a conversation with my dad. I just, Corey, what you going to do? I said, something ain't right. Cousin called me and said, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read it today. Go get it now. Now, it'd be different if I was reading a lot of books back then.
Yes.
Or me and the cousin that told us that's something that we did, but we didn't. So when he said read a book, I was like, it must be pretty profound. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And the gist of it is just, his rich dad was his best friend's father that owned businesses and real estates in Hawaii. His poor dad was his dad, who worked in education, but tried to transition after he had retired in the business and couldn't make that transition. And it's basically talking about what we don't teach our children about living in this country and making money, about what the difference is between being an employee, being self-employed, being a business owner, and just kind of what his philosophy is. But what it did for me was say that, Corey, you're not crazy. Your family's going to say you're crazy. Everybody else is going to say you're crazy. Yeah. But you're not crazy. There's something in you telling you to do something different. And it was the first book that I read that bolstered my belief that I was supposed to do something different.
Right.
Read the book. Literally, I don't know what you believe, but God handed me some things after I made the decision that I wasn't going back to school. Literally fell into my lap, and I said, okay, I see that I'm supposed to go down a different path. And wanted to give that book to you.
Thank you.
Because you said you'd heard of it, but you never read it.
Yes, I had heard it. I'd heard it on Oprah, actually.
Right.
I had heard about the book. Thank you, because I am going to go home. I'm going to go home and read this tonight.
I promise you, if you start tonight, you'll probably finish in the next 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I'm going to start. I enjoyed talking to people, and man, I done sold so much. I was selling Avon. I can't even get at the incense and oils. By the way,
I'm sure we can tell some stories about stuff that we've sold.
I have sold some of everything. Chicken plates. I done sold some of everything.
Bootleg Versace t-shirts. I've been in there with marketers, CDs, DVDs. I mean, you name it. I've always just felt better when I could make my own income.
Yes. So. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to text me right now. Tell me what you think of the show, okay? We want to bring more to you, okay? 256-566-5854. And yes, I do have a gift certificate. Yeah, I think I'm going to let you go to Red Lobster if you text me right now. 256-566-5854. Corey, please let this not be your last time, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Okay, you coming back. Yeah, because we've got to do a show First Fridays or something. We've got to do that to continue to keep the family motivated. Get out there, do you. That's all I'm going to say. Do you. I got to close out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South.